and then just lift it slightly up into like. So tilt your head slightly up for me, yeah, perfect. And then just apply it to the crease. Perfect. And then just apply it in the same place just to like add more pigment. And then just blend that bit that way slightly. Just the same how you applied the first colour. Perfect, and just hold the brush a tiny bit further away so it's less pressure, yeah, perfect. And then circular motions, just in the crease. If you feel like you need it a little bit darker, then just add a tiny bit more. Yeah? Just add a little bit more, tap off the excess. Perfect. And then just on the edges, like around there, just circular motions. Perfect. And then just rub over it with your finger. Lid.
Okay.
And it honestly, lash liners, and then bring it up in the crease. And if you need any more products, let me know. Don't bring it higher than the crease though, because if you bring it a bit higher then like a smoky effect on. And now because you've got that glitter, because we've got like the dark bit, and then because of the consistency of the sparkle, it creates a tiny bit of a gradient along your eyes, if you can kind of see that. So you want to just apply it to where your natural lashes start, then hold it with one finger, then with the other finger try and measure the edge. Get the lashes you want to do, something like that, because it's going to make sure it stays round. So I hold the lashes on the inside and outside, because they're the bits that you want to make. And then you can kind of like let it sit for a second. You can see there's lots of like lash glue. And then on all of it, just push it. Because if someone's lash slightly lifts at the edge, like normally they're not really too bothered, but if it lifts at the inner section, yeah, they're like, oh my god! With lash glues, it's best to know how the lash glue that you have works. So some lash glues are really good if they're like really tacky and like you've let them dry for ages, and then some like you need to put kind of on straight away. So it's good if you kind of know how like your lash glue works. I'll give you some like lash glue recommendations though, and then tell you how to kind of like set them. Change the angle slightly, so rather than putting it on like that, put it on like that, if that makes sense. Yeah. If you stick them on wrong, we can like redo it, so it's okay. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, perfect. And then just in the middle section, try and pull it down a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And then, yeah. Just like in the middle section, kind of like push. So this is just a base. A base for the eyeshadow. We're not like doing these type of motions, we're pressing it into the skin. Because if you do that, it wipes the product around the face, but if you do that, it blends it into the face. And then just pat like that, and you can kind of blend it up into the concealer that we used over here. And like pat it down. But yeah, just pat that.
Is that the same brushes that we used before?
Yeah, this is the same brush that I used for the concealer on the top of the eyes. It's from Makeup Salon. It's a really, really good brush.
What's that?
Makeup Salon.
Okay.
Makeup Salon. Can you see it? Okay.
But I can use that.
Yeah, you can use the same brush you used, yeah, so then you know you can recreate it on holiday. Yeah. And then because this is underneath and it's not like going to be as like shown as much as the top, you don't have to set it.
Okay. Any wavy socks anyway?
No, it's just like the same that we put on like on the top of the eyes. Yeah, perfect. Then like right underneath the eyes you want to do patting motions. Yeah, perfect. Try and get as close as you can without obviously it feeling uncomfortable. Yeah, out, and then you can just like press it in with your finger like da 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 da. And do like small brush strokes. Perfect. Yeah. Affect the lash glue, or affect how this how this stuck down.
Okay.
And then it brings the bottom eye together with the top eye a lot more as well. And then make sure when you're like applying it on top, you're very careful with the lash line because that's where the glue is, if that makes sense. So is this like matched to your skin now, if that makes sense?
No, it's probably a bit dark.
A bit darker?
Doing that.
Because I've got foundation, so could like slightly mix together to make your shade if you want to.
You might have to.
That's nice.
Actually.
So we've put it on the skin now. I'm just going to use a clean brush that you said similar to the one that you have at home.
Do you always have to use a clean brush to go over?
I do, yeah, because it's just gonna, it's gonna blend it better. Okay. It's not gonna have any like other shades on there that you don't want. Okay. And as well, it can like carry bacteria and stuff if you've not washed your brushes. So if you're putting that back on your face, it's like not really great for your skin. So just pushing it into the skin rather than swiping it around. And while you're underneath your eyes, you can go in with your finger just to make sure it's like diffused well. Okay. But yeah, you want to push it into the skin, not like do it around, Okay. Just like quick strokes just to get it on there. Yeah, perfect. Right. Oops. I didn't realise I put it on your right hand. Sorry. And then just push it into your skin. So you can kind of see where your natural like cheekbone is. You don't want to go too high because then it'll be on the highlight, and you don't want to go too low because then it'll look like your face is a bit droopy or dirty. Okay. And then what I do is just with like light pressure, like you can feel I'm hardly touching the face. Okay. Do like circular motions, like that. And then you can see how that's like creating that shade for you.
Yeah.
but it's not like
dead harsh, like
yeah,
a dark line,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, get you.
Any higher than that, because then it's going to be too droopy. Like you want to keep it in that area.
Okay.
Yeah?
We go down?
Yeah, circular motions. Stay right in here first, because that's, yeah, perfect. You don't want to bring it too close to the centre too early on. You want to kind of get your confidence with it first and then bring it down slightly. So just really light, soft, circular motions. It's going to be like a really nice blend. And feel free to stop at any point and just kind of like look at both sides, or just like look in the far mirror, just check you're happy with everything. I'll bring the ring light over this way a bit more. The outer section.
Best going up or into?
Like just hold the brush and then just like do circular motions like that, if that makes sense, but put a tiny bit more pressure on. You never want your forehead to look too dark, because that's going to like drag your face down.
Okay.
Being too contrasting, it's just going to blend it together a little bit more.
Tastes nice.
Yeah, it tastes amazing. That's nice for like when you're on holiday, if your lips are a bit dry or like they just need like exfoliating. Just kind of let it sit for a second, and then after that you're supposed to lick it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just want to do patting motions, you don't want to do swiping as always, just because it will take the product off. And especially because like we're so happy with like the way the foundation and everything looks, we definitely don't want to like ruin anything.
Yeah.
So going in with quite light pressure, because we don't want to affect anything at all.
Okay.
So like so, and then you can just kind of like pat it until you're kind of like happy with how it is. And if you've got oily skin, you can put more on. If you've got dry skin, you can just kind of not put a lot on. So it just depends. If we kind of look at like both the sides, it doesn't really change much in the way that your skin looks, but it'll feel a lot better, and it's going to make your foundation like last longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Use a tiny bit more pressure. Perfect. So just do circular motions, and it's going to give you that glow. If you do circular motions, it's going to blend in to the foundation.
Okay.
Like that, and it's up to you how much you kind of want on, or if you have a little bit on your forehead as well. Like start about there-ish and then bring it backwards.
And a bit over here?
Yeah, just above the arch.
Okay.
So the reason why we put highlight on first is because if we put contour on, you want it to be like dark and then diffuse up, and then if you did all that blending up and then put highlight on top of it, it would look liney, which obviously you don't want. So with the contour, we're doing two different techniques. We're like patting it on, and we're also doing circular motions. Just because you want the effect that both of them techniques gives you. And because we've already done the cream contour underneath, it's already gave you like that base and that template for where you want the colour and like how the contour is, if that makes sense. And then just sweep it slightly down your nose. So it's nice to keep the brush that we use for powder, like not put anything else on it, and then you can kind of use it to like blend in the contour. like that. And then it's up to you if you want to add any more like product or not.
No.
With it.
That's what I like, yeah.
Just depends how you'd like your contour, because sometimes it looks nice if you have like a really full-on contour, and then sometimes it's nicer to have it like subtle. But I think because you've got like soft eyes, it doesn't need to be too full-on, if that makes sense. Yeah. Normally with the brush, if it like has an angled effect, I'll use the longest in the furthest way. So the same way that we did with the eyeliner brush. So you're just going to pack the product on first and then blend it in with circular motions.
Yeah, around those.
Yeah, circular motions. Try not to bring it any lower than you put the cream contour. Then do you want any more product?
No?
Yeah?
Alright.
And then just get that and just blend underneath it and like slightly there. Just slightly, just to check that everything's blended.
If you blend that, is the technique for blending? Like,
Just the same that we've been like blending everything else, like just circular motions. Perfect. Gorgeous. And then we are finished with the face, so just need to go onto the lips.